One of the most common questions that we clinicians receive in the course of treatment is, what is psychotherapy? Is psychotherapy a type of learning? And the short answer is yes. The answer is a bit more nuanced than that, and that's what I'm going to approach today. The answer to the question, is therapy learning? Do we learn in the course of therapy? So for that, we need to differentiate learning into two categories. That would be declarative learning and the other one is going to be procedural learning, and both take place in psychotherapy. When we talk about declarative, we talk about, for example, when we give you, the client, psychological education. When we teach you about research, we teach you about behavioral management, about how the brain works, triggers, and so on. So here we teach, and you, the client, you understand. And you may or may not memorize. And you may or may not reproduce. Reproduce the knowledge on command, willfully. Oh, my psychologist taught me that, I understood that I do this or that because yada, yada, yada. So this here is something that you do. On the other hand, we have procedural knowledge. And procedural knowledge involves high-level learning. When you're learning a high-level skill, such as playing the violin, such as learning a martial art, or flying a helicopter, or acquiring true fluency in a language. Speaking of flying a helicopter, for those of you who may have seen the movie The Matrix, I summon now the scene when Neo and Trinity, they're about to escape. There's a helicopter there, and Neo asks, do you know how to fly that thing? And she says, not yet. Operator, I need a program to fly a helicopter. No problem. And the program is downloaded onto her brain, and she can fly the helicopter. Well, the reality is that all of these skills here, they take a lot of repetition. And certainly they are anchored in understanding like here, right? You have to understand, but there's a lot more to the skill than simply understanding. You can't just understand why you're being triggered, let's say by something, how you respond with a certain negative behavioral pattern, be anger, be avoidance, be criticism, you name it. You can understand where this is coming from, why you do it. You may even willfully say, I want to change it. I know what I have to do. I understand it. Yet, when it comes to performance, right? When it comes to performance, it's a very different story. Because the difference between this, where you understand, and here, when you can perform any of these behaviors, these complex behaviors here, is that it is not you who understands and you who learns. It's your brain that provides that for you. So psychotherapy is the repetition, going over and over scenes, occurrences, history, anecdotes, what happens in the session, over and over, until somehow your brain will produce a behavior that is the behavior you want. All of a sudden, you're saying, on a previous occasion, I would have, until very recent, I would have been triggered, I would have reacted this way. This time, I was not able to, I was actually able to act in a different way. What happened there? And that brings us to the following diagram or presentation of knowledge, which is